Good evening, everybody, and welcome in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. I'm Tyler Bentley. Alongside me in the booth, as always, is Tim Henderson. He has stepped away for a moment and will be back shortly, but we are live tonight from the Cedar Lake Speedway with the League of Outlaws IMCA style stock cars. It is their championship night, and we are about to be racing. Let's take a look at some of the action around the racetrack. Practice session is coming to a close. Looks like both the Murphy brothers are 1 and 2 on the timing board. A 16:11 for James and a 16:18 quick time is the quickest time for Jared Murphy. 9 cars have taken a lap time, and a few others are also in here. We got 12 total in here, so 3 other cars have not posted a lap as of yet, but we should have either 1 or 2 heats coming up, a qualifying session that's going to start right now, and a feature event for everybody. See 5 minutes on the board here for these drivers. Christian White heading out onto the racetrack. Let's check out James Murphy as he starts his qualifying lap. He's going to wheel that car around the outside. It looks like get as much momentum built up as he can. Coming across the line here to complete lap 1. Garrett Gurley went a 16:58 his first lap. He was the first driver out there. James a 16:22. His brother Jared a 16:19 lap 1. Out of turn 4 this time. Let's see if James picks up here. Cross the line for lap 2. He runs a 16:25. He's going to get credited with a 16:22. His brother Jared a 16:23 at lap 2, so 16:19 for him. Thomas Levister working around the racetrack. He's coming around to complete his first qualifying lap. Levister runs a 16:45. That's good for 8th quick. Thomas going to come around here, complete lap 2. Let's see if he picks up any on lap number 2. Comes across the line. Not a pickup for him. AJ Hunsinger, league owner, coming around to complete his first qualifying lap. Lap 1 goes on the board for AJ. He runs a 16:64, good for 11th quick. Got that car hanging out. Lap number 2 complete. Let's see if he picks up there on lap 2. No, he does not. So he's credited with a 16:64. Robert Floyd's heading out onto the racetrack. I just heard Tim chime in. Welcome in, Tim.
Yeah, I apologize. I misjudged the time.
It's all good. I just let the folks know you stepped away for just a moment. It's all good. Qualifying session's underway. We're taking a look at Robert Floyd as he works around the racetrack now. Lap number 1 for Robert, 16:40. Good for 6th quick on lap number 1. Also, Kyler Bronson is on the racetrack. He's starting his qualifying effort. Robert completes lap number 2. Lap number 2 was a 16:42, so just a tad slower for Robert. Here's Kyler Bronson. Up over the cushion into the wall. I don't think lap 1's going to count here due to the contact with the wall. No, lap 1 was negated for Kyler. Should have a clean lap 2, maybe. Lap 2 in the books for Kyler, good for 13th quick at a 16:69. Coltrane Palmer on the racetrack now. In the number 25 Pepsi machine. Kind of a retro Pepsi paint scheme, it looks like. Cross the line for lap number 1. Coltrane Palmer runs a 16:29, good for third quick at number 25. Cross the line for lap 2. Lap 2 was a 16:48. He's going to get credited with a 16:29. As qualifying session is going to come to a close, so I expect 2 heats and a feature race for these guys. I know the championship battle is between, I think James, let's see, James Murphy does have the points lead with a good night tonight. It looks like he's going to wrap up the championship here at Cedar Lake, barring any catastrophe, which I don't expect. So.
Yeah, he's just got to stay consistent.
Absolutely. Completely agree. Qualifying session out of the way, and our first of 2 heats are gridding up. Row number 1 in heat 1 is going to be Jared Murphy and Coltrane Palmer. Row 2 is going to be Matt Pridgeon and Robert Floyd. Row number 3 is going to be Christian White and Joey Wilcox. And the shotgun starter of heat 1 is going to be AJ Hunsinger. See, 8 laps the distance. Everybody will transfer to the feature in just a little bit. Also, we want to welcome everybody in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. If you're a returning viewer or watching with us for the first time, welcome in. Let us know who you're rooting for in the chat. We always appreciate it. If you like what you see, hit the like button and the subscribe button. That goes a long way for us here on the network. Looks like Coltrane Palmer is not going to make the call. So we're going to start 6 cars here in this heat race. Pace truck should make his way off the racetrack this time. He does. Green flag goes in the air. Jared Murphy is going to lead us to green in the first of our 2 heat races. Murphy and Floyd clear. Matt Pridgeon battled by the 07 of Christian White below him. Matt Pridgeon in a Dirt to Daytona throwback paint scheme. I like that. They got Joey Wilcox right behind, looking to try to get underneath Matt Pridgeon there, but not able to do anything into turn 3.
Oh, Christian White got up on the tires on the inside, shot him up the track just a little bit.
And he's staying committed down low. He didn't hit any tires there through 1 and 2, so maybe he can make up some ground if he doesn't hit any of the tires. Pridgeon now hot on the tail of Robert Floyd for second. Meanwhile, Jared Murphy stretching his legs out in the lead up to almost a 1.4 second advantage here. Pridgeon not able to do anything with Robert Floyd as of yet. Joey Wilcox trying to work around the outside of Christian White. He's now challenged by AJ Hunsinger in a 33. Hunsinger is going to slide up out of 4 and complete that pass. He's going to go to work now on Christian White. Matt Pridgeon slid up in front of Robert Floyd. Robert Floyd with a crossover into 3. He goes back into second. Now Pridgeon looking for the crossover out of 4. 2 laps to go already in heat number 1. White flag goes in the air for Jared Murphy, and we have a heated battle for second. Up front real quick, we see Jared work through turns 3 and 4. To the checkered flag, Jared Murphy wins Heat 1. Battle for second. Robert Floyd's going to inch ahead of Matt Bridgen. Christian White 4th, AJ Hunsinger 5th, and Joey Wilcox in 6th. Here's the grid for heat number 2. It's going to be James Murphy and Cody Heathcock. Row 2 is going to be Trevor Doyle and Daniel Duren. Row number 3 is going to be Thomas Levister and Garrett Gurley. Shotgun starter is going to be Kyler Bronson. As of right now, looks like Kyler Bronson is not going to make the call, so just like in Heat 1, we're going to start 6 cars for 8 laps here. And Tim, how about you bring us to green here in Heat number 2?
You got it. Alrighty. Oh, James Murphy's off and away. Shaky start on the outside for, I believe that's Daniel Duran, in the 1 machine on the outside. Trevor Doyle takes over second. Got a battle for third between Thomas Levister and I think that's actually that is Cody Heathcock. I'm sorry, and the number 1. We're all single file. Everyone's using the high side right about now, beating and banging off the wall.
Yeah, it looks like the high side is the prevailing line here tonight. James about a lane or so off of where everybody else is running. He's looking to stretch his legs almost out to a second advantage over Trevor Doyle in second. Fight is on for third. Cody Heathcock, Thomas Levister, Daniel Duren, all close together. Levister looking underneath Heathcock there, out of 4, but nothing doing. Had to tuck back in line through 1 and 2. And they are banging off that wall, like you said, Tim.
Surprised some of these guys are hitting it hard and they're not breaking. Oh, big contact.
Yeah, big contact there. I think that was just a kind of accordion effect as they got into turn 1, all on the outside there. Already 2 laps to go. Check on our race leader, James Murphy. He's opened up a 1.3 second advantage as he works out of turn 4 and to the white flag. It goes in the air. And James Murphy is right up against that wall. Same with Trevor Doyle. Out of turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. It's a Murphy Brothers sweep of the heats. Trevor Doyle is going to come home second. Third, Cody Heathcock. 4th, Levister. 5th, Daniel Duren. 6th is going to be Garrett Gurley. All right. Feature action coming up. We got 40 laps here tonight from Cedar Lake. Our front row is going to be Jared Murphy on the inside and James Murphy on the outside. Our the two Murphy brothers battling for the championship here tonight. Row number 2 is going to be Robert Floyd and Trevor Doyle. Row 3 is going to be Matt Bridgen and Cody Heathcock. Row 4 is going to be Christian White and Thomas Levister. Row 5 is going to be AJ Hunsinger and Garrett Gurley. Row 6 is going to be Joey Wilcox and Daniel Duren. Row 7 is going to be Coltrane Palmer and Kyler Bronson. All right, that's our starting lineup. Looks like 3 cars are not going to make the call here. Daniel Durin, Coltrane Palmer, and Kyler Bronson not going to start the feature here tonight. So we're going to have 11 cars for 40 laps around Cedar Lake. Let's see what sort of action Jared and James Murphy bring to us here tonight as they're battling for the championship. Pace truck's gonna peel off this time. Out of turn 4, green flag is in the air. We're gonna rock and roll for 40 laps from Cedar Lake with the League of Outlaws. Into turn 3, Jared Murphy out to the early advantage. His brother James right behind him in second. Battle is on for third. Robert Floyd, Trevor Doyle side by side into turn number 1. Right behind them, Christian White working the inside of the racetrack, trying to make it 3 wide for third. Matt Pridgeon in 6th. Thomas Levister 7th. AJ Hunsinger in 8th, working the inside. A little bit of contact further on back, but we stay green. Looks like Cody Heathcock had to bring that car in. Uh-oh, issue for Christian White. He hit one of the tires, I think, Tim, running down low. That's going to bring our first caution of the night out. Yeah, he's running so close to those tires. Looks like he got actually a little bit of help from Robert Floyd. Didn't hit the tire. Robert Floyd kind of spun him around in the middle of turns 1 and 2. So Christian White had some help. It looks like Cody Heathcock may have called it a night early on here in this event, so we got 10 cars still running. Lights are out on the pace truck. Gonna go double file here. The field is going to be in the hands of Jared Murphy here as the pace truck accelerates. Murphy fires, and we're back underway. Jared and James working the outside. Trevor Doyle deciding to stay on the inside. That's where he restarted at. Followed by AJ Hunsinger on the bottom. Robert Floyd all the way up against the wall following our 2 leaders. Matt Pridgeon right on his rear bumper. Trevor Doyle deciding to move on up to the outside. Matt Pridgeon looking underneath Robert Floyd for 4th. Hunsinger been committed down low, trying to make up as much ground as he can. James Murphy right on the rear bumper of his brother, following him around as we complete 7 laps. Three wide for a moment out of turn 2. Floyd, Pridgeon, and Hunsinger. Pridgeon made a little bit of contact there with the outside wall. Uh-oh, contact a little further back. That's Joey Wilcox and Garrett Gurley. They made contact. And Gurley is missing the front bumper. As they put some space between each other. Hunsinger looking underneath Levister. Pridgeon still trying to work over Robert Floyd. Trevor Doyle following our two leaders, Jared and James Murphy. Pridgeon, I think, going to complete the pass on Robert Floyd out of turn 2. He does. He's trying. Thomas Levister's trying to follow him through. He's going to be on the outside of Robert Floyd out of turn 4. Contact. Almost catastrophe out of turn 4. They keep it straight. Hunsinger's going to take advantage and slide up in front of Robert Floyd as well. Pridgeon now 4th. Hunsinger 5th. Floyd battling hard underneath Hunsinger. Here's some cars starting to make some contact with that outside wall. Our leaders are running identical lap times. Pridgeon was just a tick faster than all 3 of our leaders that last time around. He was once again. So was an AJ Hunsinger. So our top 5's trying to separate themselves. Fierce battle for 6. Robert Floyd, Christian White, Thomas Levister.
Watching these leaders, I'm interested. You know, not just the leaders, but it seems like everyone right up against the wall up in 1 and 2, but they got quite a bit of room left to get to that wall in 3 and 4. Wonder if it's just not worth it in that end.
Well, Doyle was really close there in the middle of the corner, but there's still more real estate up there if possible. The cushion's gotten really thin here in 1 and 2. You see all 3 of our leaders right on that wall. Pridgeon the same line. Hunsinger still working that low side. I seen Thomas Levister had a bit of an issue just a second ago with Joey Wilcox. Wilcox brought it down the pit lane. He's called it a night. But we stayed green. And we are going to have a 3-way battle for the lead. Jared Murphy, James Murphy, and Trevor Doyle were nose to tail through turn 1 and 2 that last time around.
20 down, 20 to go.
Absolutely. And I tell you, Matt Pridgeon is running identical lap times. He's just got a little more ground to make up as he's 1 3/4 of a second behind.
I'll tell you what, if they start battling, he can close the gap in quite a bit.
I think so. I'm not sure, if...
Well, that's one way to close the gap. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, yellow flag is out. Let's see if... It looks like maybe an issue with Christian White. Once again, he was following Robert Floyd on the bottom. He's underneath Floyd getting into 3. Floyd just kind of chops Christian White's entry off and left him no room. He hits the tire. The car comes to a stop. And he towed to the pit lane. Unfortunate there for Christian. That's going to restack up the field and bring Matt Pridgeon and the likes of, as well as AJ Hunsinger, Robert Floyd, Thomas Levister, all back into the mix. With now 18 laps to go. I say anybody in our top 5 has the opportunity here. The lap times were really close. Looks like Christian White is not going to be able to continue. That's going to leave us with 7 cars on the racetrack. Green flag goes back in the air. 17 laps to go here from Cedar Lake. Look at Doyle on the inside trying to slide up potentially in front of James Murphy. Not going to make it there out of turn 2. Those cars make contact. Pridgeon gets in to Doyle, spins him sideways. Levister makes contact with Trevor Doyle. That's going to bring another yellow flag out, as they were just all fighting for real estate getting into turn 3, and another accordion effect. We'll keep an eye on Trevor Doyle in the 024 machine. See, he's underneath James here. He's going to try to tuck up in line. Well, James kind of cuts the corner a little bit early. Trevor wasn't expecting that. He has to check up. Car gets sideways, and Levister had nowhere to go. Makes contact with the 024 as well. As I say that, looks like Christian White is going to be able to rejoin us, but just a lap down, unfortunately. I guess the tow time was a lot longer than I expected.
Yeah, you have that sometimes, especially on the sim. You can get hit with a 6-minute tow, and you can be right next to your pit stall.
And it looks like he's going to get the waiver out, so he's going to rejoin the field on the lead lap here. The lights go out on the pace truck. Now back to an 8-car field. Jared Murphy has to continue to get good restarts here. Green flag goes back in the air. Go ahead, Tim.
He got a good restart. He was able to just squeak by his brother of James Murphy.
Absolutely. Matt was trying to make a big move there through turns 1 and 2. He's going to slot up into 3rd. Hunsinger's going to look underneath him through turns 1 and 2. 4 wide just behind him for a second. That's going to maybe bring a yellow flag out as Doyle spins the car around. Levister had issues. Christian White had to tow back to the pit lane. And that is going to bring the yellow flag out. We'll take another look at this. Yeah, just 4 wide cars battling for the same real estate. White, Levister, and Doyle with damage from that accident. And see, the more and more restarts that we have, that's more and more times that Jared's got to figure out when and how exactly he wants to fire. More opportunities for his brother James to pick up on how he's going to restart these as well. Lights go out on the pace truck. We go back 2 by 2.
Not only does it help James, it also helps the rest of the pack.
Yeah, absolutely. They're getting better and better at these restarts as we go. Jared does fire there. We go back to green. Now 13 laps to go. His brother James right on his rear bumper. Matt Pridge and A.J. Hunsinger side by side. Trevor Doyle all the way on the inside trying to make it 3 wide. They're 3 wide into turn 3. Pridgeon gets sideways and around. Contact with Trevor Doyle. Those two cars are stopped at the inside of turn 4. That's going to bring our yellow flag out. You know, Tim, the old saying goes, cautions breed cautions. You see it, just cars battling for the same real estate getting into turn 3. And the contact was made between Pridgeon and Doyle. Cars working their way around. Jared's going to have to maneuver another restart here. As the lights go out on the pace truck. Everybody fires. We're back underway with now 11 laps to go. On the inside is going to be A.J. Hunsinger looking to slide up here out of turn 2. Is there enough of a gap?
Wow.
Almost was able to clear James for second. He's going to continue working on the low side of the racetrack. Let's see what he can do through turn 1 and 2. Maybe here out of 2, not quite. James, go ahead.
He needs a good 3 and 4. If he can put it together in 3 and 4, he can get it done in 1 and 2.
There is enough of a gap between Jared and James that he could slide up. I think James getting some momentum on the outside now. AJ's going to slide back to 3rd. But Hunsinger's not going to give up on the bottom. There's just a little bit of grip down there if he can get it working for him. Look at both the Murphy brothers right on the outside wall there through turns 1 and 2. Now they're trying a little bit of a different line through 3 and 4. Uh-oh, Robert Floyd spinning in the back. I don't think that's going to bring the yellow out. He's going to be able to continue. We're going to stay green. Five laps to go. AJ's going to try the bottom here through 1 and 2. Let that car slide up on exit. Not quite there on this lap. James is trying. He's inched a little bit closer to Jared. Two laps ago. Quick check back a little further. Pridgeon's in 4th, Levister 5th, Doyle in 6th. Doyle's going to be trying to battle Levister for a top 5 here in the closing couple of laps. Back up front. Jared underneath the white flag. One more lap to go. Does James have anything in the tank? Look at AJ, big slider contact.
Contact.
My goodness. That's going to leave the door wide open for Jared. Out of turn 4 to the checkered flag. Jared Murphy wins championship night here at Cedar Lake. James Murphy is going to come home second. AJ Hunsinger in third. Thomas Levister fourth. And Matt Pridgeon rounds out your top 5. We're going to get a word here with our top 3 in just a moment. Take a look at our top 3 as they bring it down the front straightaway for a picture. Jared parks it in victory lane. James and AJ on the front straightaway. Our final results here tonight from Cedar Lake. Jared Murphy wins. James Murphy brings it home second. AJ Hunsinger with a heroic move through turns 1 and 2. Tried to get second. He's going to bring it home third. Thomas Levister's fourth. Matt Pridgeon in fifth. Trevor Doyle 6th. Robert Floyd 7th. Christian White in 8th. Joey Wilcox 9th. Garrett Gurley 10th. Cody Heathcock 11th. Daniel Durin 12th. Coltrane Palmer in 13th. And Kyler Bronson 14th. All right. Now we'll try to get a word in with our top 3. We're going to start off talking to league owner, Mr. AJ Hunsinger. Hey, AJ, Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All righty, man. You bring that machine home in third place tonight. You tried everything possible there through turn 1 and 2 on the last lap to get second. Tell us about that move.
Yeah, in the last couple laps there, I thought maybe I had something because I was saving at the beginning of the race there, but I definitely didn't have any for them guys. I made the bottom work pretty good the whole race. I think that helped me save my tires. And yeah, I got into James there pretty hard there off of turn 4. I was doing a slider line because sometimes that works when your tires get worn out to gain some time, and I didn't think James was going to be up top when I came up top, but he was there, so I got onto him. But I'm not complaining. I started in the back tonight. I didn't turn a single lap all night until qualifying, and qualified in the back, and then I think I only made up 1 position in a heat race, started 9th place, so I'll take a 3rd place finish tonight.
Absolutely, man. Tim, you have anything to ask AJ?
Yeah, how was the track? Like, what was the difference between the bottom and the top for you?
The top was definitely faster, but there was just a little bit of grip down at the very bottom by the tires, and then coming off the corner, I could kind of dime it at coming off and stay in the tacky stuff a little bit, so that helped out. But yeah, the top was definitely the preferred line. You get your right rear up there right against the wall. I like the bottom at most tracks, but tonight I stayed on the bottom.
Absolutely, AJ. Well, before we let you go, who would you like to thank?
Everybody at League of Outlaws that helps out, EST Performance, you guys for broadcasting, Boosted Graphics, Coots' Kitchen, Like Crazy Graphics, FIBA Motorsports, and Carbon Fiber Carbonetics.
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations on that 3rd place finish. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too. That was our 3rd place finisher, Mr. AJ Hunsinger. Now we'll get to move on to 2nd place finisher, James Murphy. Hey, James, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You bring that car home in second. We're running right behind your brother all night long. Did you have anything in the tank to try to make a move on Jared there?
I think I probably could have. I just didn't want to wreck us both out there, especially the track how slick it was and how topside dominant. I didn't want to go in there and just wreck us both. I was content riding second right there.
Absolutely. I kind of thought that going in. You guys both were running the outside line tonight and looked like you were pretty quick up there.
I felt like I had a little more speed than he did, but I didn't want to wreck us both, and it wasn't worth it. So I fell in line and just held on to second. So I'll take second. After the season with these cars I had, I'll take it.
Absolutely. And I'm not sure how the final numbers pan out. I know it was a potential battle between you and your brother there for the championship. I know tonight's the championship night, and I don't know of anything that's official yet, so maybe you are the champion. But again, I don't know. We'll see in the after the points get updated.
I'm pretty sure I am. I just had to start the race tonight to get the points, but the points really don't. I like to win. I don't come to run second. I don't care about points. I don't care where I'm at on the track. I just want to be the best I can be, and at least I was behind Jared right there, and not anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Tim, do you have anything to ask James?
Yeah, I asked him, AJ, what the track was like. What was it like for you, running the high side?
It's just typical Cedar Lake for me. I've always liked running the top here, and I feel comfortable right next to that wall. So I knew I'd be good. I knew nobody was gonna pass us on the bottom. So just as long as I could keep it out the wall, I knew I was good.
Good deal, James. A awesome season for you. Before we let you go, who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank y'all for broadcasting, League of Outlaws putting it on, and talking dirt.
All righty, buddy. Well, we'll let you go celebrate that second place finish.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right. Now, our race winner, Mr. Jared Murphy. Hey, Jared, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You bring that car home in P1 tonight. You win the championship race from Cedar Lake. I know the points aren't official, and you and your brother were 1 and 2. I think maybe he had enough just to win the championship tonight, but nonetheless, you had a great car and ran a great line. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I was good in the qualifying and heat race. I wasn't very good in the main, but topside dominant track, all I had to do was ride around. Luckily, I had James behind me. I knew he wasn't going to wreck me.
Yeah, for sure. He was telling us that in his interview as well. Tim, you have anything to ask Jared?
Yeah, what were the restarts like? We had a couple back to back. I know you had to change it up a couple times. What
Yeah, I
was
tried to do
your,
something different every time. I knew James was on my outside, so it was kind of working together a little bit there. Just get out and check out.
Good deal, Jared. Well, before we let you go, who would you like to thank?
I thank y'all for doing all the broadcasting for us. The League of Outlaws, they put a lot of work in these cars. And Talking Dirt.
All right, Jared. Well, once again, congratulations on your win. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. That was your race winner, Mr. Jared Murphy. All right. Well, as we are wrapping things up here tonight from Cedar Lake, any closing thoughts from you tonight, Tim?
just great show. Love the track. I can't really drive it, but awesome to watch.
It absolutely was. And like we said, this was the championship night for the IMCA style stock cars. And I don't have anything official yet, but I believe James Murphy is going to be the champion here tonight for this season. Just some upcoming news from the League of Outlaws. I know the next season on each and every Sunday night they are going to run only the IMCA style modified division. They're going to put the stock car division on hold for now. Their next event will be live next Sunday with the IMCA style modified division in their championship race. We'll have that live for you here on the Buckeye Racing Network. Tomorrow night we will also be live with the Regal Promotions Esports Winged 360 Sprint cars. We'll be live, I think, from, well, I don't want to tell you something wrong, but I think it's Kokomo. No, it is Knoxville. We had Kokomo last week, so we'll be live from Knoxville with Regal Promotions Esports, and then Tuesday night we'll be live with the Short Track Rivals Racing Fix 358 Modified Division. They're going to be racing at, it'll be Cedar Lake. So we'll be back here at Cedar Lake on Tuesday night with the Fix 358 division, and Thursday night, the Open Pro late models with the Short Track Rivals Racing Series. And they are going to be at Fairbury American Legion Speedway on Thursday night. So that's the upcoming schedule here on the Buckeye Racing Network. We want to thank each and every one of you for watching here tonight. If you can, tune in, watch some dirt track racing with us the rest of the week. So long from Cedar Lake. We're clear.